What's going on?
And we'll start with questions. Everybody's ready.
Kyrie, what are your initial reactions to being a Maverick?
Super excited and grateful for the opportunity. Really feel wanted, and I know that they had to give up some pieces for me to get here, so I don't take that for granted. Shout out to Mr. Cuban, shout out to the whole entire front office, the Dallas organization. I've been here for about 48 hours or a little bit more than that, and it's been nothing but a warm embrace and nothing but genuine love. So I'm just taking it 1 minute at a time and just focus on what I can control, which is how I prepare, and just coming in every single day and being consistent.
There's been a lot of reporting, obviously, about what led up to you wanting to leave Brooklyn, but can you put it in your own words what happened?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna use this opportunity to just talk about the business that we're in. It's as a player, it's very emotional because you build lifelong relationships and you want to hold on to them, and it's a brotherhood, it's a sisterhood. We all love each other in unconditional ways when we want to see each other do well. So, the reporting and the journalism that was going to come out of why I left, I knew that was going to be speculation. But for me personally, just sitting in the seat today, I just know I want to be places where I'm celebrated and not just tolerated or just, kind of dealt with in a way that doesn't make me feel respected. And there were times throughout this process when I was in Brooklyn where I felt very disrespected, and my talent. I work extremely hard at what I do. No one ever talks about my work ethic, though. Everyone talks about what I'm doing off the floor. So I just want to change that narrative and write my own story and just continue to prepare in the gym. And now that I'm in Dallas, just focus on what I can control, like I said. And, I'm always going to be close with those guys in Brooklyn, just like I'm close with the guys in Boston, just like I'm close to the guys in Cleveland. It is a team competitive sport, but we care about each other's families way more off the court. So I know the relationships will extend off. But I'm just focused on preparing to win.
What did you feel like the next day?
I think that's another day where I could really go into detail about it. I'm not the person to really speak on names and go to someone behind their back and try to leak stuff to the media. That's never been me. Now, I've been an audience member of watching people say things about me that ultimately just fall off my shoulder. I'm really in a place that I'm grateful that I got to grow into over the last year and a half, 2 years. Spending time away from the basketball court gave me time to really appreciate life in a new way. And I just know I need healthy boundaries, especially in this entertainment business. There's a lot of disrespect that goes on with people's families, with their names, and I'm just not with it. So it's not personal against any of those guys in the front office. It's just what I'm willing to accept. And I took a chance, and luckily and fortunately, the Dallas Mavericks picked me up. So it's just all what I can control.
From your perspective, how would you sit through what was the fact and fiction that led to where you are now?
We could sit here all day, man. I think we probably could go through the timeline of all the reports since I first came into Brooklyn. But the greatest lesson I could share with you that I learned from signing in Brooklyn for free agency is I wish I would have got to know the people that were behind the organization. I went in there and was just a kid with a dream on my mind with KD, and we wanted to bring a championship to a young organization. They were only around for 6 years. I grew up a New Jersey Nets fan. It's in my blood. I cheer for them. But when things start to change and you're not getting transparency and honesty from people in the front office or people around you, I don't know what person feels comfortable or confident in that type of environment. And again, I don't want to go into too many details because it's water under the bridge now. I wish them well. I left them in 4th place. I did what I was supposed to do, took care of my teammates, was incredibly selfless in my approach to leading. And I just wanted to do all the right things for myself, not to appease anybody that had something negative to say about me or they judge me. This basketball game, it's fun, and I want to keep it that way. I want to stay competitive and just work hard. So.
What did KD say when you talked to him?
Obviously he wished things could have gone differently. We came together in about 2018, 19, kind of when that finals happened, and we weren't coming together to plan what team we were going to, but we just had goals together, and it wasn't just as a duo. We were seeing ourselves as savants in the culture that we wanted to teach the youngins. And if we got some young guys that were willing to sacrifice and buy into what we got going on, then we were going to flourish, we felt. But it just didn't work out. And we still remain brothers. But it is a business at the end of the day, as we always say. And I got to look out for my family. And ultimately, I want to be at peace every time I come into work, rather than things hanging over my head or wondering what people think about me in the building, or whether or not a report's going to come out tomorrow that I don't talk to my teammates, which is untrue. And then, I just felt like being in New York City, in the media capital of the world, there was so many things that leaked out that I didn't even know where they came from. And I'm answering things that I don't deserve. And ultimately, I don't pay attention to that much. So I'm just grateful that I got to move on and I'm here.
LeBron, he a couple times said he wanted the Lakers to trade for you. I mean, he wanted, he probably still does, to play with you again. What does that mean to you that he's kind of been in your corner and wants to reunite?
I'm grateful for the opportunity, but I think you heard in his interview, like, as much as the what ifs I would love to focus on and cherish, and what could have been or what should be, I have to shift my focus to what we have going on here, and that's what brings me peace, is just taking care of what I can control in here and really embracing my teammates and being one of the leaders on our team alongside the coaching staff in the front office of just exemplifying what greatness looks like. And that's just worrying about the work, chopping wood and carrying water. Like I tweeted the other day, it's just the same thing every day and just growing as a human being. So I think to not talk too much here, but me and Bron have grown as human beings, and it's always gonna be my brother, always gonna have great things to say about him and his family, but my focus is here. So unfortunately, the Lakers, they're doing what they're doing, and that's it.
Kai, what conversations have you had with Luka so far?
I text Luka, he texts me, so just waiting to see him in person. I don't really do the phone calls and text messages. That's bogus. I like eye-to-eye contact and meeting people and embracing them in a different type of way, and it's just more human that way, more real.
What were you doing when you found out it was going to be Dallas, and your relationships with Nico and Jason? How does that help factor, moving into a new situation?
Well, Nico and Jason, I know that they're going to push me beyond kind of where I think I am right now. And that's the type of mentorship and guidance that I feel like I need at this point in my life. I'm not a kid with an NBA dream anymore. I don't want to dream in this space. I want to win, and I want to win with guys that exemplify greatness every single day. And it's not just on the court. It's in their professionalism. It's how they treat others. It's in their relationships. And it's genuine and authentic. So it was light in my eyes that came in when I was playing. I was actually at West Orange High School in my hometown, just playing up and down with a few guys, just trying to stay in shape because I was unsure about when the trade was going to happen. But when Dallas called my agent, it was definitely exciting because I didn't have to force anything. I didn't have to overthink it. I just flowed into it. They wanted me. I want to be here, and this is just kind of where we stand at this present moment, and just take it one day at a time.
I understand you want to focus on now, but you also understand the business of basketball. What is your thought process as far as last year of your contract, potential long-term fit here in Dallas? Would you like to discuss extension now or wait until the summer?
No rush. Just staying patient, and I'm going to let those pieces lay where they are. Again, I'm going to keep saying it. I got to stay poised and just control what I can control. My effort on the court, my attitude, those are things that I bring every single day, and just going to focus on that. The business aspect of this is ruthless. So I don't want to be distracted. I just want to be all in what we got going on.
Before you came back from your suspension earlier this year, you had posted an apology to Jewish families and people that were hurt by the video that you posted. That post seems to be gone now. Did you delete it? And can you explain?
Yeah, I delete a lot of things on my Instagram. I've had things that have happened before in my life, probably not as drastic of that moment, which led to a lot of confusion and uncertainty, I felt like, and what I meant and what I stand for. And I had to sit up in these mics and explain to the world who I am when I know who I am. So, I delete things all the time, and it's no disrespect to anyone within the community, just living my life.
Do you stand by the apology? Do you stand by the words in the apology?
I stand by who I am and why I apologized. And I did it because I care about my family, and I have Jewish members of my family that care for me deeply. Did the media know that beforehand when they called me that word anti-Semitic? No. Did they know anything about my family? No. Everything was assumed. Everything was put out before I had anything to say. And I reacted instead of responding emotionally maturely. I didn't need to be defensive or go at anybody. So I stand by my apology, and I stand by my people everywhere. All walks of life, all races, all religions, same thing.
Were those Jewish people in your family, did they talk to you about that film, and were they hurt by posting it?
I've had a lot of conversations about world history. What was contained in there was contained in there. I didn't agree with everything. I've been up here saying that. I'm just gonna leave it at that. My family is my family. If the media cared about my family and actually, and I'm not saying all the media, I don't want to get at anybody, but if specific media members actually cared to do research instead of being the first to report things, then they would know where I come from. So the diversity of my family is beautiful, and I'm just gonna continue to focus in on them. And when I'm in the court, try not to be distracted by y'all.
We're gonna do a couple more and then get you moving, Callie. I think
Mhm.
one.
Yeah, Kyrie, going back to where you were when you found out about the trade, it's obviously your first in-season trade. How would you describe like the last 48 hours?
I'm tired. I'm very tired. What you guys saw out there was us just getting off the plane, coming into USC, and yeah, it's been a beautiful 48 hours, really tiring. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Can you kind of walk us through, what has happened, what steps you've taken, and just kind of, what the whole process of getting here has been like?
Yeah, got the call, was it 48 hours, 72 hours ago? And I was looking at my wife. She's like, what's going on? She's never been through anything like this. I've never been through anything like this. Being traded in the middle of the season, so picking up my belongings. I've only heard about it within the league. Now at this trade deadline, I actually get traded, so it's new. But we just had some very clear dialogue about what the future looks like and what we want. Had some great conversations with the coaches, GM, good stuff.
We're gonna do two more, Eddie, and
We
then
all know what y'all's goal is here. Is a championship here realistic, and is it realistic this year?
I think anything's realistic when you're disciplined and you're focused and you're consistent and you prepare. Those are the things I feel like us as human beings we can definitely control. So, how we approach every single game is going to be led by J. Kidd. I was following suit, following other coaches, following my teammates, and when I'm needed to play other roles, just do that. And I feel like some of the best teams in the league are the most selfless. They know the time and score. They have high IQ. They knock down open shots, and they read the game very well. And it's not just from a physical standpoint, it's from a mental standpoint. You're going to be tested, and any championship run is going to challenge you all across the board, and nothing's going to be perfect, so I don't expect that. So the expectation, of course, is to work towards a championship. Me saying here we're going to win a championship is not going to do anything, it's just words. So I'd rather show you out there and just let the chips lay where they are.
Kyrie, given your body of work on the court and everything that's happened this past year, do you feel like you have anything to prove? How do you look at that?
Yeah, I have something to prove to my kids. Just being a great father and making sure that I'm learning from my mistakes and I'm just passing on the right type of knowledge. The basketball aspect, I feel like my imagination is endless and limitless. So I feel like I'm able to create more things, and I like working on my weaknesses. And whether it be in the summertime or in the season, I just feel like working on things that I'm going to be seeing later down the line and try to share knowledge and wisdom with the youngins.
okay, last one, and then we'll get Coach going. Sorry.
Okay.
You've obviously played with superstars before. How do you feel about the fit with Luka? And what do you think the two of you will need to figure out, or maybe the challenges of it?
Yeah, it's still a wait and see, but I think me as a hooper, me as a basketball player, am I worried about us coexisting or finding cohesion? No. I've played with some of the best of all time, the greatest of all time. I've been on some of the greatest teams on the Olympics and on the World Championships. So I think this is gonna be my first time seeing like one of those bad Europeans come over and really dominate up close and have the opportunity to do it at a pace that I don't think has ever been seen before, other than like Larry Bird or like somebody else that just plays at their own pace, scores a bunch of points, and is constantly in that MVP conversation every year just because he commands that much attention. So as much as I can alleviate for him, as much as I can lead alongside him, willing to do. But there's no pressure here. Nothing's forced with me and him. I just want to play basketball and enjoy his talent and enjoy my teammates' talent and, you know, work towards the championship. Thanks.
Thank you for your
Yep.
time.
Thank you, guys.
We got Coach coming up as well. Thank you very much.